So I've seen a couple of people ask me about this dude that showed up at the southern border who's from Russia, claiming to have credible intelligence on the new strategic bomber that Russia's been trying to build. And it looks kind of like a cross between our stealth bomber and our B-2 bomber, the Lancer. Frankly, from the pictures I've seen, it looks like a junky piece of shit, and Russia's still, I don't know, 40 years behind the times in their aircraft building. But the reality is it seems like his information is credible. But I wanted to talk to you, because this is all information you all probably are aware of. I wanted to talk to you about the fact of the matter is this happens a lot more than you think. It's just the U.S. went public with this as an information campaign against Russia to say, hey, you're losing your people to us because of your war. So they are absolutely telling them. I can tell you that I know for a fact that China, North Korea, when they can, Iran, various Middle Eastern countries, not just Iran, but mostly Iran, because of their strategic implications of being our I guess foe in the region of the Middle East, and Russia have all had a stream of defectors that come to the U.S. constantly. I mean, it's no secret that the U.S. appears to know what's going on before it happens. It's what happened when this war in Ukraine took place. And because the U.S. was going to everyone and saying, Russia's going to invade, Russia's going to invade. And no one believed the U.S., not even Ukraine. And here we are. Anyways, this has been a thing for a long time. People who are, I guess, former intelligence or engineers or whatever from another country having credible information coming to the U.S. And it has nothing to do with them wanting to betray their country, so to speak. It's not like they're like, the U.S. is like, here's a bunch of money, come spy for us. It's not how it works. What it is they get some sort of a taste, an image, or they get to come to the U.S. for whatever reason, or something happens and they show up here and they go, holy shit, it's way nicer here. They don't treat their people so terribly as they do in places like China and Russia and North Korea and Iran. So they want to stay. And the only way they can find a way to stay is by being useful to the U.S. So they show up at the southern border or whatever border, get off a plane and go to the whatever agency and say, hey, can I seek asylum? I have a lot of information that I can provide you. It's no secret here that people do that. It's why the FBI was involved so quickly, because they have protocols on the southern border for political and I guess technological or even intelligence members seeking asylum in the U.S. so long as they provide information. And the U.S. presents, as much as people like shit on the U.S., and I get it, there's a lot of things we can work on, the U.S. provides a modicum of actual security that often even the European Union can't provide. Just look at Navalny. And they come here because they know that they can give whatever information they have and it'll be actionable. The U.S. will actually use it because we're not beholden to Russia, such as places like Germany and Hungary, etc. were. So that's changing a bit in Europe. But they're coming here because they know that the information can be useful to the United States because we're not beholden to anyone. We are a fairly internalized economy, just because we're a consumer-based economy that relies on the conveniences of China and other countries. That's a whole nother video. Anyways, because of that, we'll take your information and we'll give these countries the finger, learning everything we can about what they have to offer, and then we'll offer them asylum. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of these types of people living in the U.S., likely amongst many of you, and you don't even know it, living their lives. Engineers at places like Micron in my hometown, or other places. And they were able to provide something useful to the U.S. in return for asylum status in the United States, where they are protected and where they are a useful asset for us. And so this continues on to this day. It's just this time the U.S. smartly said, hey, Russia, this guy showed up telling us everything he's got about this new bomber you're making that looks like it was made in 1984. And what are you going to do about it? Not a damn thing is what you're going to do about it. And it's a pretty strong flex on places like Russia that they have nowhere to hide. We know everything about them. There was a big purge in the Kremlin just last year. It was like early last year, right after the war started, because Putin was like, how the hell did the Americans know everything about this war? We know why, because we have assets everywhere. And you don't have assets everywhere by being a shitty country. It's not just that we have a fuck ton of money. It's that despite what some people take or think, we actually take care of our allies and we take care of the people that work with us. So just very fascinating that this dude shows up on the southern border and has information to say. But more interestingly is that we told Russia that he showed up, and you can stick it in your ass basically, because there's nothing that you're going to do about it.